You can have it all. You just can't have it all at once. Oprah Winfrey. On today's episode, I have a very special guest, someone who holds a very special place in my heart, and we are going to talk about having it all. You have the power to be the boss of your own life. I'm your host, Monica Allen. I'm a wife, mom, entrepreneur, best-selling author, lifelong learner, and your biz bestie. I have a love and passion for all things small business. Growing my own company from $700 to over 7 figures annually, my goal is to bring you inspiration, business-focused topics and tips, encouragement, and a community that helps you launch, grow, and scale your business, whether you are a dreamer, a side hustler, or a seasoned entrepreneur. You are listening to the Become Your Own Boss podcast. Today, I'm excited to have with me Ethan King, who is my husband and business partner. Ethan, thanks for joining me today.
Always a pleasure to be here.
It should be. It better be. It's almost been a year since you've been on the show, and I actually had quite a few comments the last time you appeared on the show because people said you should bring him back more often. And I've tried to get you here, but our schedules just haven't quite worked out. We've both been pretty busy. So I'm very, very happy to have you here today.
Well, yeah, of course they did. Of course they did.
All right,
Let's go.
ego. Got a big ego. Just kidding. But yeah, we've had some great times together on the show. I wanted to bring you back on, though, for a couple of reasons. One is because recently you made this statement to me that was a little shocking for me because, and I'll talk about what the statement was in just a bit, but it was a surprise. And I thought that I needed to talk to you more about that and ask you some questions around that. But before I get into that specific statement that you made, no, I'll go ahead and get into it. You made the statement that typical vision board parties are a waste of time. And I think I felt some type of way about it because I like vision board parties. I've been to them. They're social. They're fun.
Right.
But I want to talk to you more about that in a little bit. But before we get to that, I wanted to talk to you about your book, Wealth Beyond Money, because I had that as one of my Boss Up Books segments. And I really do think it's a great book. I know people may think, that's her husband. Of course she thinks it's a great book. But no, this book is life-changing. And I'm not the only person who has said that. I have other people in my world and sphere. And if you go look at the reviews, people have stated that as well. But tell me, why Wealth Beyond Money? Why put in the energy and the late nights to create this book?
Yeah, so Wealth Beyond Money was a long time passion project. And I felt like I needed to get it out in the world. Wealth Beyond Money is basically my answer to the traditional concept of life balance. And if we think about balance in the traditional sense, you have to give up something to get something else. It's like you have to give up your physical presence in order to have a good family life, or you have to give up, you can't work as much in order to have a good relationship. Well, I said to myself, well, why can't you have it all? There's got to be a way you can have it all, right? And so over the past 8-9 years, I came up with this framework that I call the 6 dimensions of success. And I figured out that you actually can have it all. And it's more simple than you think. If you throw out the old notions of life balance and instead you focus on constant contextual calibration across these 6 dimensions, which are your spirituality, intellect, your money mastery, your physical presence, your love and relationships, and your entertaining experiences. So that's what Wealth Beyond Money is all about. And it's not a theoretical or woo-woo type of book, but I actually give you practical action steps to calibrate your life in all of those areas so that you can have it all. And it's actually simple. It's not hard to do.
Yeah, I love the acronym SIMPLE because it really does lend to the process. I'm curious to know, though, because there are other books, there are other, I guess, philosophies or structures that may have 8 things, 10 things, 12 things. How did you come down to these 6 elements around calibrating your life?
So it's funny. One of my role models is Steve Jobs, the late founder of Apple. And I have on the wall in my office this frame that says something that I got from him where it says, simplify, simplify, simplify. And then the first two simplifies are crossed out. That frame like epitomizes everything that Steve Jobs was all about, like getting things down to its like the most simple process. And if you think about in philosophy, there's this term called Occam's razor, which is if you think about these complex problems, what if you just approached it in the most simple manner? And so I got mine down to these 6 areas. And there are other people who have like 7 or 8, but I found that you can compress some of these areas into one because they really fall under the same bucket and the same part of human experience. And it just happens to have the acronym simple to make it easy to remember. But if you think about the S area, I used the word spirituality, but it really means more than that. Because spirituality, some people draw these connotations of like religion and so forth, but it's not necessarily about religion, but it's about stillness, solitude, just focusing on yourself, self-care. That's a popular term that we all hear right now, right? But how often do we actually just sit still and declutter our brains? And to me, that is the most like the fundamental part of the whole simple equation. And then with the intellectual improvement, I mean, how often are you seriously intentional about your inputs? What are you putting into your brain? I'm constantly feeding like audiobooks, podcasts, physical books, articles, different things into my brain so that every day is a learning experience. And the same thing with the money mastery. Are you paying attention to your finances and helping them grow? What are you investing in? Your business, your career, all of this falls under your money mastery category. And then your physical presence. So what falls under that is not just your fitness and your health, what you're putting into your body, what you're eating, but also how you carry yourself, how you dress, how you speak. All of that is in your physical presence. And then love and relationships is not just about your romantic relationships, but also your family relationships and your relationships with your coworkers, your employees, if you're a boss, or your employer, or your social circles, your friends. And then, of course, your entertaining experiences, which you need to be extremely deliberate and intentional about designing entertaining experiences because you can have it all in the other 5 areas, but be completely bored out of your mind. And as you know, you and I, we had an amazing year last year with travel and we saw the pyramids in Egypt. We took the whole family out there. We did the safari. We stayed at Richard Branson's resort, his safari camp in Kenya, which was the #1 hotel in the world in 2001. We slept under the northern lights in Alaska. We brought in New Year's Eve in Times Square. Check that off the bucket list. I mean, but all of these things, it didn't just happen by accident. We were very intentional about planning them. So that's the framework. And to me, it encompasses everything in life that can fit under those 6 categories.
Gotcha. The Richard Branson Resort, I remember you mentioning that to me, but was that in 2021? It was #1?
It was #1 in 2021.
Okay.
You and I stayed there in 2022 with the family.
Right.
But
gotcha.
it was #1 in Travel and Leisure magazine in 2021.
Okay, gotcha. And love and relationships. Yes, very important. But what I really love about this framework is the word calibration over balance, because I do know for myself, I have taken this to heart. I remember you gave a TED-like talk some years ago where you introduced this framework and you kind of sat on it for a while. And I kept saying, you got to do something with this. You got to do something with this because it's so good. And I know it was mulling over in your brain. I know you were figuring it out, but I kind of took it and created a planner for myself and started using it to calibrate my life on a weekly basis. And it has really, really helped me. Most of my listeners know about the Become Your Own Boss Planner, but it really is about calibration. And if there's one week where I didn't have the opportunity to focus as much on my physical health or my physical appearance as I wanted, I can change that the next week. Same for love and relationships. If we didn't have a date night this week, we need to get one on the schedule for next week. I absolutely love those 6 frameworks. And I appreciate that coming into your brain space at some point in time and you sharing it with not only me, but sharing it with others as well.
Right.
Thank you for that. Now let's get back to this vision board party comment, because again, I love a good vision. I love a good vision board. I love a good vision board party. And I still have like one vision board from maybe 2019 or something hanging up in my closet. So you get to see it every day because I'll keep them. But why do you think that the traditional vision board party is a waste of time?
Yeah, well, the problem with the traditional vision board party is that, okay, for the sake of those who may not fully know or understand what a vision board party is, you get together with a group of people and you determine, well, what are your goals for the year? What's your vision for the year? So let's say you want to go on vacation at Bora Bora, for example, or something like that. And you cut out this picture out of a magazine and you stick it onto your vision board. At the end of this vision board party, you have all of these pictures stuck on a board, and then you leave the vision party. The problem is, what do you do with that vision board? Okay, you stick it up somewhere in your house, you stick it in your closet. The goal is every time you pass by it, you see it, and it's a frame of reference that bakes into your subconscious, and it helps bring those visions to life. And I get it. I love that concept, and I talk about that concept in my book. But the problem is that with the vision board, it usually stops right there. And then it ends up getting buried in the closet, and those visions don't come to fruition. So what I do is I take it a step further. And one thing you'll learn in the book is how to create your vision movie. So you take those same images and you go find them on like Google Images or whatever your favorite search engine is, save them to your phone, to your camera roll, and then create a slideshow, actually create a movie. And the reason you do that is because your brain attaches to moving images more than it does still images. If you study neurolinguistic programming, you'll find all types of research and evidence that this is true. In fact, if you think about a movie that you've watched, have you ever like cried in a movie or felt emotion towards some of the characters? Monica, I know you have, because sometimes when we're watching a scary movie, you'll get up and run out into the other room and hide because you don't want to see what's going to happen to a character.
Don't tell my secrets. Don't tell my secrets.
But the thing is, like, we all can identify with getting attached to a movie. Mm-hmm. But logically speaking, we know it's not real. Why are we so emotionally attached? It's because your subconscious brain really can't tell the difference. That's the same thing. That's the concept with the vision movie. If you're going to watch a movie, watch the movie of your future life unfolding in front of you and get emotionally tied to that. Get excited about it. Your heart should race when you watch your vision movie and all the things that are going to unfold in your life in the near future. And then what happens is your brain, your subconscious brain, will guide your actions to bring those things into reality. Again, this isn't woo-woo. This is scientific. You have to do the action, but your brain will want it so bad because it feels that it's real that it starts to bring it into reality. And then take it a step further and actually what I do in my event that's coming up that maybe we can talk about it later. I have what I call a dream manifestation day, where we actually take action on the things that are in your vision movie and take the first step to bringing them into fruition so that you already have a head start and you aren't deterred by paperwork or things you have to file and things like that. You can go ahead and get the ball rolling, and it gives you a jump on the traction to get things going. Gotcha.
Amazing. So if you're a regular listener to the Become Your Own Boss podcast, you've heard a little bit about this vision movie. And we talked about it in episode 134. If you want to go back and listen to that, check that out. You actually will learn how to create this. But Ethan, I want to talk more about the Dream Manifestation Day, I think is what you called it, or what you're calling it, right?
Right.
Tell me a little bit more about what's happening there and what that is all about.
Yeah. As I thought back on my entrepreneurial journey, and we've been entrepreneurs for over 20 years now, I thought about the roadblocks that I hit. What slowed down my progress? And then what do I hear other people talk about in their entrepreneurial journey that slows them down? And not that you have to be an entrepreneur. I definitely don't think that full-time entrepreneurship is cut out for everyone, but I do think that entrepreneurship, owning a business, even if you work a 9 to 5 full-time and you have a side hustle, entrepreneurship is the vehicle to financial freedom, at least in this country, in the United States, because there are so many benefits that come with it. I believe everyone should at least own an LLC, have a side hustle, or make it your main hustle, but you at least need a corporate entity that you can file stuff off of in your taxes and earn some extra income so that you can achieve the life of your dreams, because otherwise it's going to be a slow road or you're never going to get there. I thought about the roadblocks to that and why haven't more people taken this path? And a lot of people have the vision, entrepreneurship is the cool thing right now. So why haven't people actually implemented this in their life? And then a lot of times just because they don't know what step to take, or maybe they do know what step to take, but they don't have the time to invest in it. And they say it becomes one of those someday things, or one day I'll get to that. I set out on a mission to create a day where we're just going to get it all done for you so that you can focus on bringing in revenue into your business. What we do in the Dream Manifestation Day, and it's designed for all realms, whether you already have a business established or you're just getting started, or maybe you want to have a business, but you have no idea what you want to do or where to even start. We address all of those areas. So we'll help you discover your unique value to the world. We'll help you fine tune your vision movie. We'll help you develop your personalized win plan, like what winning means actually to you, and map out your success strategy. And then on top of that, you're going to leave with your business name and logo done at this event. Your business name and logo are going to be done. And then you're going to have your business LLC corporate entity registered. You're going to have your trademark filed if you need to do that, whether it's for a new business or a product line or something you've been meaning to get to. And if you need an online store for your business, which I think everyone should have an online store in this day and age, that will be built and launched. Yeah. I know this sounds ambitious, but we're doing this all in one day. It's obviously a very small group of people that we're working with, very limited seating available.
A couple of things to that. Well, first of all, how many seats do you have left available?
At first, this was only open to our Winner Circle members, which is very intimate. It's I don't talk about the Winner Circle a lot, but it's a very intimate group of people that we work with on a high level. But I'm opening up 7 seats, only 7 seats to non-Winner Circle members. So you can go on the link that we'll provide in the show notes and you can register. And if there's still seats available, then you can jump in. But there's a very, very small number of seats intentionally so that we can work with everyone on a very close to a one-on-one basis.
Gotcha. I have a question for you about this day as well. One of the things that someone expressed to me recently in regards to them starting a business is fear. They have a fear of going from that very secure paycheck to entrepreneurship is kind of a roller coaster ride. Mm-hmm. But will you cover some parts around mindset? Oh,
most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, mindset is a huge part of it. In fact, that's what we're going to start off with is mindset.
Okay.
And there's a lot of mind work. There's even a meditation course in there. When I learned how to do meditation, I spent $1,000 on a meditation course. And I think, Monica, you did too.
I did too. I think I would. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You know how serious we are about it. Well, that's going to be part of this because it's that important to us. And if you study meditation, you'll see there are so many successful people that practice meditation. And there's a reason behind it. It's because it's how you structure your day. Mindset is everything. If you look at people from like Seinfeld to Oprah to Russell Simmons, I mean, there are so many successful people that devoutly practice meditation.
Yeah.
And here's why. I mean, the analogy that I give is if you think about a skyscraper, like a tall building, right? When they build a skyscraper, what's the first thing that they do? They don't just start building the skyscraper up in the air, right? What do they do? They build out the foundation first.
They have a foundation, good foundation.
You have to go down. And in fact, the taller the skyscraper is, the bigger and deeper the foundation needs to be in order to support that skyscraper. Well, every day in your life is like a skyscraper. It's like you're building a building each day that you live. If you go out and you just start building that building, meaning you just immediately start checking emails and text messages and social media, what happens to a skyscraper that gets blown by the wind? It falls over immediately. If it doesn't have a strong foundation, it's going to crumble immediately. It's going to blow over. Well, the same thing is going to happen to your day if you don't have a strong foundation in your day. And that's what happens to most of us, sadly. When we wake up, we immediately, the minute you're checking email, think about every email that comes in is a request or a demand on your time from someone else.
That's why I don't like email.
And if you think about it, same thing with text messages. You're getting those winds blown at you and your day can easily be swayed in any direction and your mood is going to be influenced by those things. You need to have that strong foundation. So you asked about mindset, and mindset, yes, is key. And we actually start with mindset in Dream Manifestation Day because it's that important.
Yeah. Ask that question because I do think mindset is huge. It's very, very important. And I don't get my meditation in every day. You and I both studied transcendental meditation, which it's funny you mentioned Oprah because I had been on the fence about meditation for probably a year or two. And then I went on a think weekend, as we like to call them, where we go off by ourselves and spend like a weekend at a hotel. And Oprah, I was reading one of her books and she mentioned transcendental meditation and how she went to a conference. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and sign up for this. And it has really made a huge difference. Though I don't have an opportunity to do it every day, it is hugely important because I get it in at least 3 to 4 times a week. And you can tell the difference on the days when you do it versus when you don't. And the same for exercise. Like, I think I've been a little grumpy today because I didn't get a chance to work out today.
Yeah, for sure.
That energy is different.
Yeah, you influenced me to take the transcendental meditation class. Most people are going to be skeptical. I was skeptical at first. Like, I don't have time to sit still and meditate. What are you talking about? I barely have enough time as it is. How am I going to bake in another? You're telling me to sit still for 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening?
22 minutes to be exact.
Right. But the crazy thing about it is that once you learn it, it actually creates more time in your day because it gives you more clarity. So you're making better decisions and you create more time in your day. It's almost, it's like magical how it works. And I'm not as consistent as I was, but I understand the fundamentals and I know I can always get back to that. So having that programmed is hugely beneficial for my life. Yeah,
for sure. I 100% agree. Well, did you mention when the Dream Manifestation Day is? I can't remember.
No, so it is January 22nd. That's a Sunday. It's a live event here in Atlanta, and it's from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. January 22nd. It's a Sunday, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Very limited seating. You can go on my website, ethanking.com, and right there on the homepage, you can get tickets. Hurry up because, again, it's very, very limited seating. And what else do we need to know about it?
No, that sounds good. We got the date. We got a place.
Who is this for? It's for existing entrepreneurs who want to grow their business. It's for 9-to-5 workers who want to create an additional income doing what they love. It's for anyone who feels stuck in their life and needs help breaking through to the next level. If these dreams that you're putting down on your vision board, you're in your vision movie, we help you take the next steps to actually making these dreams a reality. So you have one less thing or maybe 10 less things like hindering you from actually taking action so that you can see these dreams start to manifest in your life. So you have that plus the mindset, and you're with a crew of people who want to help you succeed. And Monica's going to be on the panel too. She's going to be sharing her knowledge about mindset, business, success, everything, and the action part of it. I mean, just a trademark alone, filing a trademark, if you hire an attorney, costs about, I think, $1,500 just for the attorney's fees. And then you have the trademark fees. We're going to get that done for you at this event. Like when you leave, it will already be filed. So that's one less thing you have to worry about. getting your logo done, naming your business. Like people get hung up on these things. There's a phrase that success loves speed. So we're going to do it. Boom. We're going to knock this stuff out. And you have a group of people giving you feedback so that you know your business name resonates. You know that your business logo resonates. And then you trademark that thing. You get your domain name. You have your website up. You're going to be ready to hit the ground running and crush 2023.
Yeah. And I do think speed sometimes can be scary to some people, but I think that's like my personality. I tend to be very cautious, but it's nice when you can have someone kind of holding your hand with it. Mm-hmm. That gives you more confidence to kind of step out, and you have somebody you can bounce ideas and thoughts around. That is very helpful. Yes, I couldn't remember my question, but you answered a lot of things that I didn't ask, but that was great. And can you get your book on your website as well?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Okay. Wealth Beyond. Yeah. EthanKing.com is a website. You can get the book there. You can also go to Amazon, of course. Just search Wealth Beyond Money. You can go to wealthbeyondmoneybook.com, grab a copy. It's now available in all websites. Formats. Try to make you.
It's everywhere.
That's the number one rule about business. Make it easy for people to shop with you. Okay.
Yes.
Have my book in many places.
Reduce the hassle map.
Reduce the hassle map for sure. And we have it in all the formats now. I think last time I was on your podcast, we only had the Kindle version, but now it's available on paperback, hardcover, audiobook. Grab it on Audible and you'll hear it in my voice in your ear, teaching you about Wealth Beyond Money. And we also have the Wealth Beyond Money companion journal so that you can implement a lot of the things that we teach in the book every day in your life. And that's when you really, really start to see the change.
I love it. Well, I appreciate you being on the show again. And I just want to say before I let you go to the audience that Ethan and I will celebrate 20 years of marriage next month, February 1st, in a few weeks. 20 years of marriage. And we've been in business together actually more than 20 years. We started our business when we were dating. We haven't tied the knot yet. We hadn't tied the knot yet. I don't even know if we were engaged yet.
Right.
I don't know. We were committed though. But that's another lesson because we had our contract in place.
We had a business agreement before we had any other relationship.
Right, exactly.
We had our operating agreement.
Our operating agreement. Yes. Yeah. We knew that we had to do that. Have to do it right. You want to get those things set up correctly from the beginning.
Right.
So that's what we're here to help you do. Ethan, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you writing the book and sharing those 6 areas of calibration for people. Again, it has truly changed my life. I know I tell you that, but I don't know how much you truly understand it. It really has. So I appreciate
I see you living it out. I mean, not only have you taken it and adopted it into your planner, but you legitimately use this planner every single day. I see you writing in it. So you're living your life by these buckets and you're aware, like when you're deficient in a certain area, you know that you need to get that area up. Honestly, when you create these things, if you impact one person's life, it's just that much rewarding. I know I've impacted your life. I know I've impacted the lives of so many others.
Definitely.
So that is the biggest reward for me. That's all I want to really happen.
Yeah.
For people to use this. So that's why we're having the Dream Manifestation Day, to get people to actually really using it and to give you that head start. I'd love to see everyone there. If you're not in the Atlanta area, fly in. It'll be worth every minute of your time.
Yes, I agree. And since I'm on the panel, I'm going to give everyone who comes a planner as a gift.
That's awesome.
Because I will tell you, I get stuff done. I get it done. And the planner helps me get it done. I'm giving everyone a planner who comes. All right, Ethan, thank you so much for your time. It is greatly appreciated. As always, I love having you on the show.
All right. Always good to be here.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
See you very soon. I am so happy that Ethan was able to join me on the podcast today. It's so funny to me that we live in the same house, we work in the same business, and we still have a hard time coordinating our schedules. So it had been a long time coming. If you want to get in touch with Ethan, you can find his contact info in the show notes. You can also visit ethanking.com for more information on Dream Manifestation Day, Wealth Beyond Money, the book or the journal, or both. Ethan is also an extremely inspirational speaker. So you can find out more information for booking him to come speak to your team or organization on his website as well. I am grateful that you took the time to listen today. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Become Your Own Boss. Also, remember to go to monicaallen.com to sign up for the Become Your Own Boss community. We have some great things headed your way in 2023, so don't miss out. Now is the time. Now is the time to level up, leave a legacy, and become your own boss.